Welcome back to another episode of Inspiring Minds Conversation. At Inspiring Minds, we believe that the world is shaped by thinkers, dreamers, and doers. Those who challenge the ordinary, push boundaries, and create lasting impact. We are here to celebrate educators transforming lives, business leaders redefining success, the healers bringing hope, the change makers lifting communities, and the visionaries inspiring the next generation. We are more than just a platform. We are a movement built on the foundation that every great ideas, every selfless effort, and every bold step forward deserves to be recognized. We bring to you this conversation because we know that when we honor those who make a difference, we light a spark for others. By sharing these journeys of passion, resilience, and impact, we hope to inspire more people to step up, take action, and change the world in their own way. Joining us in the studio is a performance driven leader, researcher, and a VLSI PhD scholar with over 18 years of experience in engineering, high impact industry academia partnership. Beyond his published research papers and academic writings in semiconductor technology and emerging systems, he has onboarded over 400 corporate partners and built cross talent framework across Japan, South Africa, and Southeast Asia. He holds a proven track record of launching and scaling talent acquisition framework across key global markets, including Japan, South Korea, and Southeast Asia, apart from India, by aligning advanced technical requirement in VLSI, artificial intelligence, and emerging technology with strategic human capital solution. He has executed executive levels MOUs to accelerate cross-border hiring and institutional growth. From spearheading the Center of Excellence and closing skill gaps in academia curricula to driving agile, sustainable collaborations between the policymakers, universities, and industry giants, he is actively shaping the future ready workforce that drives global progress. Our guest for this conversation is Mr. Manish Verma. Manish, welcome to the Inspiring Minds conversation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Verma, for inviting me for this conversation. Definitely looking forward to share a few of my experiences with you going forward during the conversation, which I will make sure and I will try my level best, which will help the young generation, the next talent of India. Uh, Students, faculty members, the universities, campuses, along with the corporates. Thank you once again, Jai Shri Ram.
Manish, you are currently in the final stage of your PhD in VLSI design, a field that demands extreme technical precision, and you also lead large-scale corporate relation and talent strategies. How does having a deep technical background in semiconductor and chip design change the way you approach the corporate relationship and skill gap analysis compared to a traditional HR or placement setup?
Great. So thanks for this question, Dr. Vishal. I already have submitted my thesis on VLSI design on AI integrated TIFET, vertical TIFETs. Carrying a good experience or a knowledge, being an engineer, carrying a knowledge into semiconductor, AI, product designing, some sort of manufacturing sector also. So definitely, having these kind of deep technical background and knowledge, it completely changes the way I approach to the corporates because I understand the practical reality of what goes on inside the tech industry, not just the theoretical requirement, but more the practical and critical thinking of the students. Uh, when I analyze my own skill gaps or when I analyze the skill gap or building corporate relations between university and corporate, I connect directly with the leaderships and the engineering business heads on their own technical terms of the company because my background is completely engineering and technical. They appreciate that I understand the specific nuances of semiconductor design, emerging technologies, the core engineering profiles, etc. It actually helps me out in leveraging the deep, knowledge sharing with the technical leaders of the company. On the other hand, if you see the traditional hiring HR setup often relies strictly on keyword matching for hiring. So because of my background into microelectronics or research into AI or semiconductor, or sometime into, I also go with the non-technical part of diversity hiring, or the non-tech hiring part also. I look at the actual depth of problem solving skills, project work, and industry readiness required for the core roles at institute or a university level. So this, I must say, this technical clarity helps me bridging the gap between academia and industry effectively, allowing KIT to expand our partnership ecosystem, design relevant COEs, KPIs, and secure high value, good placements for our students. Yeah.
So, Manish, over 18 years of your career, the tech landscape has shifted dramatically from traditional IT services to deep tech domains like AI, BLSI, and emerging tech things. So, from an industry perspective, what is the biggest fundamental flaw in how traditional university curricula are designed today, and how do you work with academic department to fix it before the student graduates?
Okay, so though it is something, uh, related to our own strategy we follow at KIT University, but still I will share some thoughts, how we are working, what are the fundamental flows and others. So to start with, if we talk about the fundamental flaw, the biggest flaw in traditional university curricula at present is slow cycle of academic revisions. Means whatever the academic curricula has been designed say 10 years back, it is still uh, on the same chapter, or I could say it is still on the same platform. Plus, if something is required to be added, there is a long process to revise the entire curricula because of slow cycle of academia revision. There are certain parameters, there are certain stages through which the curricula has to, get a permission, say from board of studies, from school dean, then it will go to registrar office, and finally it will go to vice chancellor's office. Sometimes we also need to check with the UGC, AICT norms. So the fundamental flow is the slow cycle of academia revision, which cannot keep pace with rapid industry advancements, because industry is rapidly advancing themselves. So there is a gap between the academia curricula and where the industries are working at present. While deep tech fields like AI, Gen AI, even semiconductor, IoT in manufacturing is coming in a big way. AI, IoT, they are coming into space sector. They are coming also into the drone, robotics, etc. sector, and they are evolved continuously. So traditional programs often rely on static textbooks and outdated syllabus or syllabi, leaving students unprepared for modern engineering demands. So this is, uh, I could say, the first answer for your question, that fundamental flow in traditional university curricula. How to solve? So to solve this particular issue is, before a student graduate, what we do. Uh, Again, I will repeat. I will just share small content of it because it is something we follow at KIT to solve this particular curricular gap between academia and the industry, the current trend. We actively connect academic learning with real world industry requirements. So so what I suggest is campuses to expand their network to industry partners, bridge the gap between in curriculum, do real-time MOUs in terms of COEs, and the COEs should not be just a paperwork to show to UGC team, but the COEs must be very active with real-time industry projects. Get some projects from the industry on those MOU lines, not only with the national but with international organizations, to create direct engagement channels. So working directly with academic departments, how we are working, we collaborate with industry leaders to establish dedicated COEs and collaborate research projects on campuses. This ensures that the students work on actual technology problems rather than just the theoretical concept they are studying in their regular classes. By also by working closely with the corporate hiring managers or technical leaders or the business leaders of various sectors, we help academic departments update their training frameworks. So at KIT, we do have a dedicated school named Career School that integrate employment enhancement skills and emerging technology modules into the curriculum, ensuring that the students are completely ready for not only IT but for core engineering profiles by graduating day. So this is how we are not only cracking good national placements, but we are also cracking a handful amount of international placements too.
So Manish, congratulations for that. Just driving the things more deeper into the placement part. Okay. So apart from technical that is for engineers. Okay. You also take care of different management students.
Correct.
Okay, placement. But the management is something that is, the way that is taught in the class and the way that is practiced is altogether different. So, how you integrate the industry practice, or your school integrate the industry practice into the curriculum, or the upgradation of the students.
I got it. This is especially for the management students, B school.
Yeah, no, I'd like to also know because we talked a lot about the engineering part. Okay, so
Correct.
KIT is a university that has got different departments. So we have got management and other departments too. So just
Correct.
want to know about how you deal with the management part.
So if I talk about B school, we have that is Kalinga School of Management, wherein we have MBA, BBA, and other courses. Uh, right from first year, that means from first semester, the time student gets admission to MBA or BBA department, special focuses on MBA, we start couple of programs, integrated programs for them. One of them is Confidant, another is mentor mentee program, third is case studies by different organizations. So what actually happened in Confidant we run is a 1 year long program which we are running for B school students, wherein we invite corporate leaders, uh, not exactly on the first day of the admission or the classes, but yeah, first semester after 1 month we invite corporate leaders, and we have an open session with all the corporate leaders along with the student from first year, first semester, and then we bucketize the students in a group of 15 or 20 as per the leadership which has came to on our campus, and we handle those bucket students, say 15 or 20, to the industry leaders with some topic. Going forward, industry leader, they create a WhatsApp group with the students they have been allotted, and then it is in between the industry leader and the kids, first year MBA students, how the industry leader is grooming the kids on, say, various parameters, say for example HR or HR generalists or HR hiring, or maybe into business thinking, maybe into recruitment, maybe into financial background, technical leaders. So this is how we do. Now, in the same process, we also do share our curriculum with the industry leaders so that they can map our curriculum with the industry requirement, what the industry practices are happening in various parameters. This is confident. And the same, we continue saying it as a mentor-mentee program. So the industry leaders, they become the mentor of the students, those who are mentee. Third is the case study. So for example, we request a company X to share some case studies which we share with our student, and those case studies are not for some short period of time. We continue with those case studies for at least what, 2 months. That means half a semester, so that it also gives a very good understanding to the students that what is actually happening in the industry from HR point of view, or from business analytics point of view, or from financial point of view. What are the different tools which are coming onto the hiring platform? What are the different CRM tools are coming for financial? What are the different, or what is the upgradation of ERP system or tally system and other things? So this is how we do also work for our B school, along with the T school, or say E school.
So Manish, talking about the case studies, I would definitely look forward for a national level case study competition. Okay,
Okay.
organized by KIT. If any support is required by Inspiring Minds, we are always there to assist in that.
Definitely. In fact, we would love to have a national level case study competition uh, being sponsored by the Inspiring Minds.
Okay, so that's more about we had a discussion related to the what KIT is doing, and you as a part of the KIT's entire body, you are part of the strategic team you are doing. Okay, now let's get back to Manish as an author.
Manish, as an author, I'm not a big or a well-renowned author, but yeah, uh, carrying 18 plus years of experience into three different sectors. I started my career journey from Bela Soft as a Java developer. Then I moved to SR Telecom, Rohela Group, which further renamed as Hutchison SR, and finally as GTL. So I joined GTL also. Then I moved to academia. I had taught to students for around 13, 14 years, and now I am enjoying my corporate relations thing. But yeah, during these three of my sectors journey, I tried to write couple of books along with my peers in my college when I was working with Sobasaria or with Manipal, or now with the KIT University Bhubaneswar. The first two books I wrote were on microcontrollers and microprocessor, which is still running in RTU quota. Second book was on real-time systems and embedded system, which is again for RTU quota. Third book, basically, I have written just recently, uh, which is coming out of my thesis research work, AI integrated vertical tippet. I will not disclose the name as of now because the talks are still on. Fourth book, if I talk, I would like to tell to all the audiences also. Actually, the book is by Dr. Vishal Verma himself. I am just a small co-author in the particular book. The book is for Lean HRM. So it was great having a co-author with a person like Dr. Vishal, who is actually driving the entire industry and the HR fraternity at the next level in India and across. Thanks, Vishal Verma.
So Manish, you have told that you have written a number of books, one along with me. Okay, so basically, the Lean HRM, just for the audience, I would say Lean HRM combines the engineering concept of Lean as well as an HR as the part of the HR. So without engineer like Manish, it would not have been possible for me to convert the thought. So we both sit together and converted the engineering thought and joined the HR thought into that, bringing a new concept of Lean HRM that usually does not exist.
Correct.
Okay. So, coming to the the book of Lean HRM, that the engineering part you have done. So, you merge the core engineering principles, help us understand, like the manufacture Kaizen and other waste management reductions with human resource management. So, what sparked the idea to apply the engineering grade Lean methodology to people operation, and how does Lean thinking eliminate the waste in the corporate talent workflow?
Correct. So I could say the spark for Lean HRM is having spent years working across both core engineering and corporate recruitment. I noticed a major gap is while manufacturing and engineering processes were heavily optimized for zero defects or efficiency, corporate people operations often suffered from unstructured workflow or delay, I could say. I may be wrong, but this is what is my thought process. So applying engineering logic to the HR, the idea came actually was to bring, if you recall, when we both of us were sitting together. So the idea came actually from there was to bring the discipline of lean manufacturing such as continuous improvement, which is known as Kaizen, into HR management to treat talent workforce with the same operational rigor. So in manufacturing, if you see in manufacturing industries, they eliminate the waste. So lean thinking eliminates waste in corporate talent workflows by identifying bottlenecks, removing redundant approval layers. There are multiple layers for approving anything and standardizing the processes. So this ensures that every step in recruitment or onboarding or even the salary part or whatever it is in the HR department and talent development adds direct value to both the organization and the employee. So that's how the thought came into lean HR.
So Manish, you have successfully built and scaled international talent acquisition framework across tech powerhouses like Japan, South Korea, and Southeast Asia. So, what are the unique cultural, technical, and operational requirements that East Asian companies look for when hiring engineering talent from India, and how do you prepare students for those global transitions?
This is actually very important point to discuss in today's communication also or in today's this podcast session. If you see nowadays, especially after the visit of a Japanese Prime Minister last month to India, many of the Indian students they are willing. So earlier also it was a practice, but nowadays many of the Indian students they are willing to work in Japan, particularly Korea, Taiwan, and other Eastern Asian companies or markets. So to answer your question, what actually East Asian market looks is one culture fit. So the East Asian companies they highly emphasize on discipline because they follow discipline a lot, long-term commitment, and a strong corporate alignment and cross-cultural adaptability. So if I say discipline and long-term commitment, just to give you an example, last month when I was in Japan, I met a couple of companies over there, and whomsoever I met, all the employees or all the technical leaders or all uh, the CEOs, MDs of the companies, to the workers of the companies, they are with the company from last almost 10 to 15 years, and they are still continuing with the same company. So this is what the Japanese company, if I talk about particularly, is look from a candidate, long-term engagement or a long-term commitment with a company, along with a very good discipline, not to talk much in public, not to talk in lift, not to eat anywhere in the office area, and other things. They also do operational needs. Basically, they are the candidate must be familiar or openness should be there towards the regional language training and integration norms. So if someone is moving to Japan or Korea, the minimum requirement is a Japanese language of N4 or N3. But yeah, if you expertise with N2 or N1 Japanese language, the people will be much more friendly to you. So they will accept you in a more friendly nature kind of. Along with, so these are two non-technical or the strong non-technical points which always Japanese and Korean companies look into. Along with this, they also focus on the technical expectations by the candidate. So the candidate or the student or the talent, Indian talent, if they are willing to go to Japan or Korea or Taiwan, China, Vietnam, these all are grooming developed countries. So they what they expect is rigorous foundation in core engineering or in IT sector with high attention in detail. So these are two, unique requirements by the East Asian companies. How is student to prepare? So if anyone is planning to relocate to Japan, what I would suggest is one, try for start preparing for Japanese language JLPT. It happens twice in every year, December and I think March or April. Uh, so second is adapt the discipline, adapt the try to understand the culture of the country and try to adopt the particular culture to fit the country in a more better way. Third, which is again very important, is to have a long term commitment with the companies. If we just taking an example, so if we take an example of the current generation, Gen Z or Gen Z minus one or whomsoever are just recently graduating from various universities. In India, the trend is uh, join one company and look for other after 1 year of experience for a hike in salary and other things. But in Japan, they always look for commitment. So what I suggest to student, if you are preparing, prepare first is language with the thought that there will be a long-term commitment in your mind, at least for 10 years with the same company. Then is, go and attend some orientations on cross-border corporate expectations. I know there are multiple firms in India like JETRO, JETRO for Japanese. There is one COSMA for Korean. So try to attend the seminars, the sessions, the conclaves they organize every year on cross-border corporate expectations. So at the end, which is very, very important again, is critical thinking is what Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and uh, other East Asian market looks from the student. So critical thinking should also be there. Yeah.
So Manish, during our discussion, you have emphasized on the institutional partnership, to go beyond the traditional campus placement drive to include joint research, life project, and center of excellence. So how do you convince major corporate partners to invest their time and capital into setting a COE within a university campus?
Dr. Vishal, so if any company, if any corporate is investing, they are not investing, they do not invest just for capital out of charity. They invest where they see long-term rate of interest or return of interest. So at KIT, we demonstrate how a university campus can serve as an extended R&D hub for their organizations. So we invite companies, we invite them to open, we do MOUs with them, we invite them for a COE. Through COE, we built a strong relationship with the company wherein we also see some ROI from our end, and the company also sees some ROI for them because again they are not doing some sort of charity. So there are many value propositions for corporate partners, especially if we talk about COEs allow companies to co-shape student uh, competencies from day one. So how we work is for a small COE, we do not open it for the entire batch. Rather, we create a small batch of say 30, 40 students so that company can also focus on a small batch and they can co-shape students' competencies from day one, creating a ready talent at the end of the semester or at the end of the BTech program or MB program if I combine both. Second is this also opens a collaborative research and innovation for both the faculty members at the university and technical team at corporates. Because if any if we talk about any campus corporate, sorry, in any campus, the first thought which come into the mind of faculty members or student is HR. Company will come and hire us. No. So we do a collaborative research and innovation. We open windows for them for a joint program, for joint research projects, for advanced domain into the technologies which can solve the real world industry challenges. Third, definitely is going to be a institutional credibility. So establishing such a physical presence on campus depends their brand visibility among top tier engineering talent, making us a preferred employer of the choice. So through these MOUs and other things, so just giving a figure, a round figure I'm just giving, we currently have 42 plus active innovation centers, which we call COEs. And those 42 plus innovation centers or COEs are not but a second office for many of the corporates. Yeah,
So, Manish, with over 400 corporate partners onboarded under your leadership, quality control and alignment becomes critical. So, how do you move away from treating talent acquisition as just a number game to ensure how companies get the right fit for the long-term retentions?
great, great. So this 400 plus corporate is only for the KIT bucket, which I have tried to add in my 5 years of journey as of now with KIT. Uh, moving away from the number game, yeah. So we focus strictly on volume lead, too high attrition and poor cultural fit. Instead, we focus on depth, mapping precise job descriptions and core technical requirements to the students' competencies. So how it works is, if I give you one more example, is mm, we have done one MOU with a renowned and top tier company. And I must say, KIT is the only university which is having a dedicated R&D lab into tire and rubber technology. We are running 6 papers purely into tire and rubber technology, starting from fifth semester, and the papers or the subjects are being designed, co-designed along with the tire company. I will not name the company as of some protocols. So this is how we align and make assure that whomsoever students are connected or doing projects with the company, they have zero defect coordination. So close coordination happens between business and hiring managers prior to campus visit, because they know the batch of students engaged with them in short batches. It also opens a holistic screening. So we utilize a rigorous evaluation matrices that test both technical and adaptability of the student and for the campus or for the corporate. Finally, it always builds a long-term relationship with the corporate, cultivating continuous dialogue with the company people, with CHROs, with managing directors, with CEOs of the company to understand their evolving business goal, ensuring every placement adds long-term value to the corporate ecosystem. Yeah, so this is how we at KIT have a different thought process, and I follow the same thought process.
So, in today's context, many of the students are feeling anxious that about the AI and the automation rendering their core engineering skills obsolete. So, as someone who analyzes the real-time industry trends and
Correct.
who, what core human skills or technical mindsets should today's engineering student especially cultivate to remain completely future-proof?
See, AI, if we talk, AI is changing every day, every month. So it is AI is not a new thing. Now it is very hype. but AI is is in the market from long back. So coming to the question directly. So AI and automation do not render core engineering or the students obsolete. Rather, they shift the baseline. I must say, the future belongs to professionals who can integrate emerging technologies with the traditional engineering fundamentals, such as combining, or if I give my own example, as of now, there were a lot of work happened on integrating IoT with the semiconductor. But in my recent thesis work or the research work, which I have recently submitted in the month of July, last month only, I have tried to integrate AI with semiconductor for low power design. So this is shifting to the baseline. uh, what future proof or mindset or the skills can be done is continuous learning and adaptability should be there. Still at this having this much of experience of say 18 or 20 years with you, you are still learning a lot, and you are also having that adaptability. The same I am also trying to learn every day, every minute, with the people whom I am meeting, or talking or having during the discussions, and used to have those adaptability. So the same I suggest to have the cultivating for cultivating a mindset of lifelong learning to easily adapt as tools and frameworks both evolve together. Uh, Along with this, there should be also a principle for problem solving. Uh, the principle could be deep fundamental knowledge in engineering cannot replace AI, but understanding why things work allows student to prompt and utilize AI tools effectively. So, for example, if someone watched a trending video on Instagram with some AI creatures, uh, so just watching does not make a sense, but there should be adaptability. There should be a curiosity on how it happened, and automatically it will come out of the student's mindset that okay, let us try something out of the box, why things work allow, and then student will start doing some of the other prompt engineering and utilize AI tools effectively. Yeah, so this is, I think, could be the answer for your question.
So, Manish, for leaders and corporate hiring managers listening to this conversation, what is one major shift that need to make in the university engagement strategy if they want to attract top tier innovation driven talent?
Only one I would request is to all the HR leaders. Though you are already a leader, HR leader, you are the one who are making HR policies, the work policies, the office culture fit, and everything. But to answer Dr. Vishal's question, the major shift I would suggest is move away from last minute traditional campus hiring to towards a co-creation or a long-term ecosystem building. I see. In fact, I also used to get couple of calls from my known HRs at a last minute saying that boss, we have urgent requirement. दो तीन बच्चा मिलेगा क्या? So if this last minute call, can be shifted to from traditional hiring towards a co-creation and long-term ecosystem building, I think definitely it will give a major shift. Engage with academic institutions well before placement sessions through best practices like we do at KITs, guest lectures, conclaves, industrial projects, project sharing, and above all, curriculum advisory boards from different corporates. So we have professor of practices from different corporates. We have uh, corporate leaders into our board of studies. They go through the curriculum we have and other things. Through those, so those are the baseline, and through those we improve the connectivity with and the understanding with the companies, and give a little baseline shift from traditional to co-create co-cultural hiring strategy. Second is companies, what I suggest could be invest time in building brand equity on campus by solving real-time challenges alongside students and faculty members. Uh, as you know, in current era, along with AI, drone, space technology, semiconductor, data centers, these all are also, a grooming and words are there in the market. So if any companies, for example, if I talk about, you also have must have read Dr. Vishal. There are many of the articles that IITians or NITians, they are not going to ISROs because of low pay scale and other things. Whereas on the other hand, ISROs also are not going to tier two, tier three city campuses. So this is the gap which company or the HR also to understand to solve the real time challenges. If I give a second example on the space or a drone or data center, the companies who are involved with space manufacturing or a data center infrastructure development and other things, they should also come forward to the campuses. Let us build something for the betterment of the country, for the betterment of our new generation, the new talent. We at KIT are following these things on ground. Giving example, data center infrastructure. We have MOU with one of the company, and already a data center, a dummy data center infrastructure is under construction, which will be, I think, be ready by October, November, or maximum by December. Once that data center is ready, students will be getting hands-on experience on working onto those data centers, and students, those who will work on those data center, can be deployed in future directly to Amazon data center at Vizag or Google data center at Noida. So this is how we work with corporates, and would suggest the corporate also to come, to campus open-handed, to start new things, new technologies, to build up something good for the, to build the nation. Yeah. With these kind of engagements, students, they themselves are skilled enough at the end of the academic year that they themselves find some or the other opportunity if not getting placed. Otherwise, we have very good placement record at KIT, and by end of academic year, almost we close our placements by 95, 96%. I will not say 100%. No campus can say that they have closed with 100%. We also say that we close with 100%, but that 100% number is coming from placing students those who have registered for placements. So if a batch is having a 5,000 student and 3,000 have registered for placement, and we are placing all 3,000, then it is 100% placement, keeping those 3,000 in mind. But for the entire batch, we cannot say it is 100. But we, keeping in mind of entire batch, we always close with 95, 96% of placement. How we achieve? Through these long-term engagements. And again, at one point I agreed with your point, and on another I disagreed with your point. Altogether, we do not do MOUs or incubations for the sake of placements. Yeah, internship is what we always check if there is a requirement.
So Manish, I hope the other universities and colleges also take the benefit of the idea that KIT is coming up with this, the MOUs and the COEs. Okay, because that not only benefit the college itself, the students itself, but also at the same time a pre-tested candidate is available with the for the employment.
Actually, the overall idea is pre-tested candidates, as you mentioned. So we have say 42 plus MOUs and incubation centers and COEs. There are a group of students, those who are working with those companies, and we share a monthly report. We invite them to the campuses. They go through the reports of the candidate. So this is how they know how students, the set of students are working. So as you mentioned, it is pre-tested, pre-skilled student. So ultimately they pick. We we have not to go back to them that boss, you have a MOU or COE, pick a student. They automatically pick the students. And these all, thought processes, it all came from the top leadership, from our honorable founder sir, Dr. Achita Samanta, to our vice chancellor, Dr. Saranjit Singh, to our vice president of corporate relation, Mr. Samir Panda sir, and other thought leaders. I'm just a learner over here. Continuous learning is going on still in KIT after serving 5 years. And as you also mentioned during our mini talks, learning is always there. And yeah, so this is how we keep on learning.
So Manish, thanks for the update, that part. Before we wrap up today's conversation, we have a traditional rapid fire round.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I will throw some quick prompts or questions on your way just
Mhm.
to have give us the first response that comes into your mind.
I will try to. I will try to.
So VLSI design, lean workflow mapping, or international contract negotiation, which one is the most complex?
Obviously, international contract negotiations, because they involve navigating cross-border legal, cultural, and operational variables simultaneously. So obviously, I will go with the international contract and negotiations, because the student should be also ready to to fit the requirements. Yeah.
So the top trait East Asian recruiters look for in Indian engineering.
Top trait is discipline, discipline, and discipline. So discipline covers everything: a strong technical fundamentals, long-lasting commitment, everything. So discipline is what, if we specifically talk about East Asian countries, like recruiters like from Japan, Korea, Taiwan, discipline along with the long-term commitment is what is top trait.
So a thinker, a dreamer, or a doer, which one describes your leadership style the best?
I am a thinker, but people say I am a doer. So I could say I am a combination of both a thinker and a doer, because if I will not think, how I will do. And if I am thinking and doing, that means I am also dreaming of doing the thing.
So you keep
So
on changing the way according to the situation.
not exactly according to the situation, but according to the market. So yeah, according to the market, if something new is happening, if opportunities are coming from Middle East, I will switch to my mindset and the strategy I follow to connect with the corporate leaders as per the market standards and the market strategy. So you can say that I am a doer focused on execution, measurable outcomes, and building a very good ecosystem that is actually working. So at the end, let it be a doer with the focused execution, measurable outcomes, and continuously building a very good ecosystem that is actually working at KIT.
So, Manish, hearing your vision on deep tech education, lean HRM, and global workforce strategies has been, incredibly insightful. To close our episode today, we all ask our all guests for our signature question. What, according to you, is the inspiring mind?
Ah, so inspiring minds. It is a mind that remains relentlessly curious, embraces continuous improvement, which in Japanese or in Lean HRM book we also mentioned is Kaizen technology technique, and looks at education and industry leadership not just as personal achievement, but as a tool to elevate entire ecosystem, empower student, empower the HR fraternity, empower the educational institutions, empower the global connected failure, I could say. So if there is a connection failure, inspiring minds is working to empower that, so that there should not be any global failures. Yeah, this is what I look at the your tagline, the inspiring minds.
So Manish, it was an dynamic, insightful, and focused conversation. And thank you so much for sharing your journey. And we had a lots of discussions related to various aspects. To all our audience, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Inspiring Minds Conversation. We hope Manish's vision and global strategic partnership, curriculum innovation, and continuous skill alignment inspire you to think globally, embrace the emerging tech, and prepare the workforce for the tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this conversation with anyone interested in higher education, corporate hiring, emerging technologies, and global career opportunities. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep doing, and keep inspiring. Take care, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you,
Thank,
Manish.
thank you so much, Dr. Vishal. It was a pleasure to have with you in this almost 1 hour conversations on various aspects or parameters of education or industry, cross-border hiring, and everything. Discussions around students and everything. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me for today's audiences. Please like, subscribe the Inspiring Mind channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach me out through Dr. Vishal.
Thank you, Manish.
Thank you so much.